How this young prince seized power in Saudi Arabia. Are you familiar with the young, powerful prince who referred to himself as the financially responsible anti-corruption leader? You probably don't know the Saudi prince who made it legal for women to drive on the country's streets and highways. He is the well-known MBS, without a doubt. The young prince has ambitious plans to transform Saudi society. Would you be interested in learning more about him and his ideas for reforming Saudi society? Then watch this video right away. Mohammed bin Salman, often referred to as MBS, was born on August 31st, 1985. The Saudi's dynasty's King Salman bin Abdulaziz ibn Sultan's son, Prince Mohammed bin Nazif, his elder cousin, claimed that MBS, his cousin who is much younger, had usurped his position as a prince. MBS has been attempting to impose his supremacy throughout the Middle East ever since he came to power. His fierce antagonism to Saudi Arabia's neighbor, Iran, has been one of his major priorities. Furthermore, he has a supporter in the White House. The young crown prince of Saudi Arabia has detained hundreds of his own cousins as part of his efforts to establish his supremacy and authority across the kingdom. In an effort to combat corruption, 11 princes were imprisoned, along with close to 40 current and former officials, and they were supposedly kept at the opulent Ritz-Carlton. If you're a Saudi prince, Ritz-Carlton is the jail. MBS referred to this as a war on corruption and positioned himself as the anti-corruption leader who is also financially responsible. But the individual in question recently bought one of the priciest mansions in the world and spent $500 million on a painting the previous year. He was definitely acting outside of fiscal responsibility with this crackdown. One thing to keep in mind is that the Saudi royal family, which consists of thousands of individuals, uses funds from oil earnings created by the government to support their excessive extravagant lifestyles. Therefore, it wouldn't be difficult for MBS to repress anyone once he assumed control. The second significant action taken by MBS was to relax the rigid moral and social norms of the monarchy. He took away the authority of the religious police to conduct arrests. He increased the status of women in society by granting them the ability to drive. These appear to be forward-thinking social reforms aimed at modernizing Saudi societies. However, the action is another attempt to capture power, much like the anti-corruption crackdowns. By endorsing them as the kingdom's rulers, the clerics lend the Saudi family credibility. In exchange, the family gives the clergy permission to strictly implement their rigidly puritanical interpretation of Islam throughout the kingdom. This Faustian bargain allows Saudi princes, including MBS and others, to lead opulent lives and strike deals with the West while still enjoying religious validity in the eyes of the general people. In this highly dangerous area, the kingdom has remained stable thanks to this delicate equilibrium. MBS has now broken his family's part of the deal by arresting orthodox religious leaders who might criticize his progressive measures. This might undermine one of Saudi society's main pillars. The third way MBS is turning the kingdom around is through his economic goals. Oil accounts for practically all of the kingdom's income. For many years, there has been a steady demand for oil, and Saudi Arabia has benefited from this. However, oil prices began to decline in 2014, and it became obvious that relying solely on this one resource for the future prosperity of the kingdom was a risky move. Therefore, MBS seeks to end what he terms the addiction to oil, in an effort to get ready for a world aside oil. He has outlined a plan for dismantling the massive government-owned oil company and privatizing a number of economic sectors in Saudi Arabia. But this reform might also make things more unstable. Saudi nationals are entitled to a lifetime of perks, including free healthcare and subsidized housing because of the unending oil money. But this subsidized way of life that so many Saudis take for granted could be in jeopardy as MBS strives to restructure the economy and move away from oil. Additionally, the public backing that has maintained this monarchy strong for so long may start to decline. One of the most significant changes in the history of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is about to occur because this youthful leader may undermine the foundations that have maintained the monarchy, one of the most stable nations in the Middle East, as he consolidates power to overthrow the current situation. Did you enjoy the story of MBS? What is your opinion about MBS and his policies? Do you think he's a diamond in the rough? Do you think his policies will eventually make Saudi a better place? Share your opinion in the comment box. We love to hear from our audiences. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for more beautiful stories.